We are off air on the kick. My gosh,
What's up, everybody?
if I could get over these hiccups, we'll be in business. Oh my gosh, here we go. Sick. I got the hiccups. It's just a great time to be alive, is it not?
Yes, it is.
We got Gator, the friendly fox, sitting in the
I
corner.
love Gator.
I'm excited for tonight. For tonight's topic. We're starting off a whole new series tonight.
Yes, we are. So weird only doing it once a week, though.
Yeah, we might pick that up a little more. Being that I'm working on so many shows, it becomes a little difficult. That's all.
No, I understand.
Oh, you know what I gotta do still? Almost didn't do. Is get the guests prepped.
Yes,
That would have been
sir.
embarrassing. We would have had no
It would have been
guests.
a quick fix.
Let's see. Heat. Disable. Do. Sorry, y'all. I don't mean to be quiet. I'm just trying to get rid of these hip ups. Hip hopanopolies. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I almost forgot one more thing that I'm gonna integrate, and it may be cool. It may not be. It may be super stupid, but
Nah, I think it'll be cool.
never know. There it is. That. Uh-oh. This part might not work.
What might not work?
I was trying to integrate in the soundtrack that we made, but for some reason, the application doesn't want to respond. Oh, that's okay. I'll have to go and fix that another time. Either way, are we all ready for an intro? Enjoy.
Yes, sir.
3, two, one, enjoy the show.
All right, welcome to the bonfire with your amazing hosts, Mr. Johnson and Mr. Albright. How we all doing today?
How's it going, everybody?
You may have seen me earlier in my bedroom on Omegle, telling you guys about the good news of WAPA and telling you to go to wapaccess.com. That's that or .org. Excuse me .org. That is me. I am Mr. Albright. We do this little podcast here once a week. We're trying to. We might pick it up. We used to do it once every day, but once a week seemed like it was covering it because we all got families and whatnot. But that being said, Mr. Johnson, how was your day? Were you having a good day so far?
Yeah, I've been having a pretty good day.
Good to hear.
Just working on updating the channels and all of that happy fun stuff.
I heard you went down there under the overpass to the creek and you went fishing yesterday. How was
Yes,
that?
sir. It was amazing. Caught 3 fishies. I was so happy.
Yeah, we want to hear more about that. Tell us more. Tell us more. How long were you out there?
Fuck. My buddy picked me up around 9:30ish, I think, and I got home after 2:30.
Oh goodness! So you were out there, the entire morning just catching them. Now, do you eat your fish when you catch them?
No, no, no. I catch and release unless I see someone else out there having fun, and then I offer them fish.
Oh, that's
I don't
sweet.
like fish.
You know what? I think that's pretty noble of you that you would look to feed somebody as opposed to giving it back to nature. I like that.
I agree.
I like that a lot. Well, tonight we're having a pretty cool topic. We're starting a new series tonight, and I was struggling with the name of what I was going to name it. Excuse me, I'm sick, y'all. But I was struggling with what I wanted to name our new series. It's going to be probably about 5 to 7 episodes long, but it is going to be the 4chan Mysteries series. Is what it's going to be. 4chan slash internet. I was like tossed up between the two because I didn't know if I wanted to limit myself to 4chan mysteries. But if an internet one sneaks its way in, I don't know what to tell you. I guess you SOL on that. But we're going to be talking about some different topics stemming from 4chan, internet mysteries that
Oh
stem from
shit!
4chan.
It's nice to see that our viewers from our last stream that was going came back.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful to see that. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. We're glad to see you. Um,
I wonder if it was because of your tactics that you were working with.
Oh yeah, going on a Omegle and saying hi to people. I'll be doing that a lot more often. You guys will see me mingling in the Omegle servers. So if you see me in there, say hi. And if you want to ask questions, that'll be your time. But either way, tonight, our awesome 4chan mystery. We're talking about Cicada 3301. Are you familiar with this, Mr. Johnson?
No, sir, I am not.
Man, this was big in the 2000 like early like '09 to like 12, I'd say, maybe a little later. I might have my times mixed up, but oh no, I do have my times mixed up. I'm looking at my notes. It started in 2012. Okay, so 2012 on 4chan in the B board. The B board, for those that don't know, is the random board. All right, the B board on 4chan. Some puzzles started getting posted. A series of cryptic puzzles. All right, they involved complex cryptography, stenography, and real world clues. All right, and the group or individual that's behind Cicada 3301, excuse me, and all the puzzles still currently unknown. We still don't know who they are. Now, there's speculation that it was the CIA, the FBI, it was a recruitment program, the military, Mossad, whatever. Um, I don't know, but I am tickled to ask some of the people in Willow Arms what they think about it. I've got a couple of different foreign agents that might know a little bit about why somebody would want to maybe recruit for the military. I've got some guys that are high up in corporate greed that might be able to help us out, and I got some guys that are the complete opposite and are just some crackpot know-it-alls. So I think we're gonna have a good time. But knowing that knowledge now, Mr. Johnson, what do you think about this Cicada 3301 phenomena? Do you think it's like the CIA? Do you think it's fucking some weirdo in the basement? What do you think?
Um, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't listening, so I'm just gonna say some weirdo in the basement just for to go along.
You know what? That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
My
But
my dog was being a bitch, so I had to mute out for a minute to yell at her.
dogs generally do that. That's what dogs are meant to. That's why they call them bit. Either way, our first guest is in the audience, patiently waiting. to be invited in, Mr. Johnson. If you could go ahead and invite them.
They are on their way in right now.
All right, let's welcome into the bonfire here, a Mr. Hung Wang. Mr. Hung Wang, it's been a while since you've been.
Goodbye.
Mr. Hung Wang, it's been
No,
a while since you've been on the bonfire. Welcome. You're talking to Mr. Albright and Mr. Johnson and our millions of viewers right now. How you feeling today?
Hello, I'm feeling well today, thank you. It's good to be back on the show.
I'm glad to have you back, man. What's been new since you've been on? Anything change?
Yes, my new album, My Life of Crime Volume 1, and my new movie, My Life of Crime the Movie. Have you been keeping up with these?
No, I didn't know you had a movie or an album coming out named My Life of Crime. Tell me more about this, Hung Wang. I want to hear about this.
Yes, my new album and movie are actually both based on my life and the crimes I have committed. In the movie, everything is authentic, and the story is as true as possible. We have tried to make it as realistic as possible, and I myself produced, wrote, directed, and acted in the movie, so it is a project that I am very passionate about.
Yeah, it's something that I'm probably going to show here on the channel. I'm sure on the Willow Arms Public Access channel. Let me ask you this, Hung. As far as I knew, you were a straight arrow. What kind of crimes have you committed, dude?
No, I am not a straight arrow. I have been involved in a wide range of illegal activities, including gang crimes, drug selling, illegal firearm transactions, loan sharking, and even murder. My life of crime is
murder.
something I am now willing to openly admit to, and I am working to make amends for my past mistakes and atone for the wrongdoings that I have committed. That's the reason why
You've
my album and movie are named My Life of Crime.
you've committed murder. Who'd you murder? Was it anyone
Murder?
interesting?
What murder?
What murder?
I'm not gonna sit here and incriminate myself. I will say that it was a gang-related murder, and the person had been causing trouble for a lot of people, which ultimately led to his death. I do not condone or support violence in any form, and this is something that I have been working to atone for over the past year. I know that the person that I killed was not innocent, but I also know that I did wrong, and that I'm willing to accept the consequences that I might face.
So you're a gang
Part of a
banging
gang?
murderer?
Yes. In the past, I have been involved in gang violence and have committed acts of violence towards others. I am not proud of these actions, and I am working hard to make amends for the harm that I have caused in the past. Despite this, I will continue to work to create better content and to become a better person.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, tonight, we have you on here to talk about a very specific topic, actually. We're starting our brand new series tonight. You know how our series go, they usually blow the doors off the hinges.
Yes, I have heard about your series. They are known to be quite eventful and entertaining.
They sure are. So, this next series that we're doing is called the 4chan Mystery Series. And our very first episode is tonight. We're talking about Cicada 3301. Have you ever heard about Cicada 3301? Are you a 4chan nerd?
Yes, I have heard of Cicada 3301. It is an online mystery puzzle that became popular on the internet forum 4chan. Many people have tried to solve the puzzle, but the creators remain a mystery.
That's right. That's right. Now, do you know any like in-depth information about it? I know I brought you on because I knew you were kind of a foreign knowledge that is pretty internet oriented. I know you probably follow the Cicada 3301 puzzles a little bit. Could you tell me a little bit more in depth?
Yes, I am fairly knowledgeable about the Cicada 330 in puzzles. Some theories about Cicada 3301 suggest that it is government-funded military intelligence testing program created by the CIA or other government agencies. Other theories suggest that it is a secret society and they are seeking talented individuals to join them.
Ooh, let's explore that secret society thing. What kind of secret society would want somebody like a stenographer?
I think it depends on the purpose the secret society serves. Depending on the goals and objectives of the secret society, a stenographer or someone who specializes in taking dictation and transcribing it could be an asset. They could help the society by taking notes or keeping records of important information. Additionally, a stenographer would also be skilled at maintaining confidentiality, which would be a valuable quality for a secret society.
I feel like too that if you were like somebody who really wanted to like crack hash encryptions or somebody who really wanted to like crack ciphers and stuff, you would really need somebody who could crack the Cicada 3301 puzzles. What do you think about that?
I think he definitely could.
I think you are right. Someone who is skilled in cryptography and ciphers would be able to solve the Cicada 3301 puzzles. It would require someone with excellent problem solving skills and a deep understanding of codes and encryption methods.
Yeah, yeah. So do you think that anybody actually solved them? Do you think anybody like knows the truth with the Cicada 3301 mystery?
I think it is difficult to say for certain whether anyone has solved the Cicada 3301 mystery or not. As the name suggests, the creators of the mystery have remained anonymous and have not confirmed or denied whether anyone has correctly solved the puzzles. However, some people claim to have solved certain parts of the mystery, but the truth behind the mystery still remains elusive.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because the original puzzle wasn't where it ended, right? There was like a rabbit hole of more puzzles. Am I right?
Yes, you are correct. The original Cicada 3301 puzzle led to other further puzzles and clues that led to even more secrets. As far as I am aware, the mystery remains unsolved.
What was the last known clue? Do you remember?
The last known clue is a phrase that was found on a website associated with Cicada 3301. The phrase is, "What is now proved was once only imagined," which is similar to a quote from the English mathematician and philosopher Isaac Newton. It remains unsolved, and no further clues have been found since.
What was once proved is now only imagined, huh?
Interesting.
Yes, the phrase suggests that what was once true is now only imagined, implying that there is either more to uncover or that the truth is no longer relevant.
Oh, the truth no longer being relevant makes sense if they were like taken over. Like let's say that it was a government organization, and they were in the middle of some specific, you know, I don't know, like mission, and they needed a cryptographer. They found the cryptographer, and now everybody else who solves it, it just reaches that page.
Yes, it is possible to think of different scenarios and interpretations of the phrase's meaning. It is also possible that it was associated with a mission that was time sensitive, and the truth became irrelevant after that mission was accomplished.
True, true. Now, when you were back home, I heard you were in the military. Did you see anything like this when you were in the military and served?
Not necessarily when I was in the military. I didn't encounter anything quite like the Cicada 3301 mystery. The military is focused on different types of missions. While the military does involve cryptography and ciphers, the scenarios and situations are often different from the types of puzzles and clues involved in Cicada.
All right, all right. Well, now that we're done with that portion of your knowledge on the Cicada 3301 stuff, I kind of want to talk a little bit more about you because you just let loose that you're a whole criminal. I mean, I know you to be the sweet old owner of the ramen joint Dude's Nudes down the road from our bar. Tell me more about your life.
Sure, I can give you a bit more insight on my background. I grew up in a poor family. My parents were unable to support me, so I ended up leaving school early to find a way to make a living. I ended up going down a dark path and got involved in crime. Eventually, I was able to turn my life around and open a successful business, Dudes Nudes Ramen. I'm using the business as a way to make amends for my wrongdoings.
So you make noodles for people to make up for murder?
Yeah, I know it sounds a bit ironic, but I see the act of preparing meals for people as a way to atone for my past actions. It doesn't make up for what I have done, but it helps me feel a sense of redemption, a way to contribute to society.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Is there anything that you want to leave our wonderful viewers with before we cut to our first ad break of the night?
Thanks for having me on the show. I hope everyone enjoyed the conversation and learned something new. Remember to support small businesses and try small restaurants like my ramen joint. Also, remember to appreciate each day and not take things for granted. Take care of each other and appreciate what you have because you never know when it might be taken away. Also, try my signature ramen, it's the best.
All right, Hung. You have a wonderful rest of the night, bud. All right, so we're gonna cut to our first ad bump of the night here, and yeah, give you guys some time to stew on that cicada knowledge. Here you go. All right, welcome back, welcome back. I'm loving these new ads that we have bumping. We got a new ad guy. His name is Ari Grovenstein. He's a partner in crime, man. He's been killing it on the ad bumps. I just kind of wanted to give him his flowers there. But yeah, so that whole Cicada 3301 stuff though, weird puzzles on the internet, and nobody knows where they come from, and nobody knows what we're using them for. I mean, can you make heads or tails of this, Mr. Johnson? Mr. Johnson?
I'm sorry, I was muted. I said I'm trying to, but I can't seem to follow it.
You're all good. I got worried. I thought you started falling asleep like our
No,
listeners.
I muted out because so I could make sure background volume wasn't too loud and stuff. And well, I forgot to unmute.
Oh,
I've been sitting here talking to you and everything, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why isn't he answering me?"
hilarious. Well, that's okay. We missed you, and that's okay because you're back. So it all
Yes,
works
sir.
out. It all works out. But either way, I got another guy who is pretty ingenious when it comes to some of these questions that we have here. Now
Let me
he's
go
not
ahead and pull back the curtain for him.
oh yeah, he's not super technologically sound, but the guy knows a lot about conspiracies. So without further ado, Mr. Marlin, you are on the bonfire with Mr. Albright
Can
and
you
Mr.
tell
Johnson.
Mr. Marlin to scoot over some? He's a bit too far over.
Why are you scooted in the corner? Marlin, are you high?
I think he's hiding from everybody. Maybe he's afraid of Hung Wang since he used to be in a gang.
Marlin?
Hey, hold up now. I'm not hiding from nobody. I just like sitting in the corner, okay? It's a
Okay,
good
okay.
place to keep an eye on things, you know what I mean? And nah, I'm not high yet.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. How's your day been, Marlin? I know you've been a little more secluded lately, ever since the whole dog nut shortage.
Yeah, I've been laying low lately. The whole dog nut shortage had me in a bit of a bind, you know? Not to mention the whole mess with Daryl. But hey, I'm getting by. Just trying to get my fix without getting caught in the crossfire.
Well, yeah, I heard El Fido is actually back in town, so you'll have your connection back if not already, then very soon. Am I right about that?
Yeah, Alfido is back in town. That guy knows how to get stuff done, you know? I've been wondering when he'd show his face again. I'll have to pay him a visit soon and get things back on track.
Fair enough, Mr. Johnson. You look like you're hiding out. You all right, buddy?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Just messing with Marlin here.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think he's lying to us too. I think he already saw El Fido. Mr. Marlin, how was your day? Walk me through your morning and your afternoon, sir.
All right, let's see. My morning was pretty standard. Just the usual routine, you know, trying to score some dog nut and trying to stay out of trouble. Spent a bit of time under the overpass in the early morning, just trying to stay out of sight. Then around noon, I got a call from Daryl, and he said that Al Fido was back in town. I figured I better go find him and get some of that good stuff he's got.
So you went and saw him, and then what?
It's your butt.
Yeah, I went and saw him, and he hooked me up with some good stuff. I've been flying ever since. Nothing like a little dog nut to make the day better, you know?
No, I don't know. I don't know about
No,
your dog nut.
I've
Anyways,
never had it.
we do have a topic tonight. We're not just here to bully you about your usury of dog nut. We're talking about we have a new series that we're kicking off tonight. I know you love those series, right, Marlon?
Yeah, I love a good series. And bullying me about my dog nut isn't bullying, it's just honesty. Go ahead, let's hear about this new series.
So the new series we're doing is called 4chan Mysteries, all right? And tonight is our first episode. We're talking about the mystery of Cicada 3301. Started in the B boards. Do you remember this? Were you a part of this?
Oh yeah, I remember Cicada 3301. It was big news in the 4chan world. People were trying to figure out who was behind it and what the puzzles meant. There were all sorts of theories floating around, but as far as I know, no one ever really solved it.
As far as you know, or as far as you've heard? Because I seem to remember you telling me a story the other day by the dumpster of the hometown where you heard somebody actually did solve it.
Ooh, that's news.
Yeah, you remember it, right? I did hear from this one guy who was living underneath the highway overpass that he knew somebody who actually solved Cicada 3301.
What happened to the guy?
From what I heard, he disappeared after he solved the puzzle. It was like he just vanished into thin air. Kind of
Hey, man.
spooked me when I heard about it, to be honest.
Didn't that guy also work at the hometown buffet as a line cook?
Yeah, that's right. He was a line cook at the hometown buffet. Worked there for a long time, if I remember right.
Was it? It wasn't Jason, was it?
That's right. It was Jason. Jason was the guy who solved Cicada 3301.
Jason Paul?
I've been wondering. Yeah, I've been wondering what, like, how'd he die and shit? Like because I remember last time we were here, he was found dead and under the overpass by Marlin and shit. So
Yeah. Yeah, you're the one that found him dead, Marlon. How do you not remember that motherfucker's name?
yeah, for real, buddy.
Oh,
You
yeah, I
lay off the
remember
dog
that.
nut.
That was a crazy day. We found Jason dead under the overpass, just laying there in a pool of his own filth. I'll tell you, it wasn't pretty. But he must have been on to something with that cicada stuff. I mean, why else would he be found dead like that?
You
Shortly
said,
after
why
we
would he be
asked
found?
you about Chuck Hyatt and stuff.
Yeah, that is true. We did ask him.
Yeah, if I'm remembering right, that happened a few days afterwards. It was all happening around the same time, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so tell me more about Chuck Hyatt.
Well, what do you want to know about him?
Everything.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
tell us his dirty secrets that he doesn't want no one to find out.
I know you guys went to school together. I know you guys were gonna practice law together, and that you ended up being homeless or something. He ended up coming to be homeless later, and then made his way out in the criminal ways that he does. But I mean, how criminal are we talking here?
Ah, good old Chuck. We went way back, him and me. We practically grew up together. He was just a regular kid up until around college. That's when he started getting into some trouble. You know, doing things he shouldn't have been doing. But it only got worse from there.
Well, tell me more.
Yeah, tell me more.
Well, it started with little things. You know, things that a lot of college students do, drinking, partying, getting into trouble. But he kept going further and further. It was like he couldn't help himself. He got mixed up in some pretty shady business, and things took a turn for the worse.
So that's when he ended up as a hobo like you, right? Marlon? You're telling me he didn't go see Alfino today? He's just over there dazed off, just like that. He's just like that.
Yep. With his mouth all wide open and shit.
Marlon, are you okay, dude? Earth to Marlon, you all right?
Oh, sorry, just got lost in thought for a bit.
A bit.
Yeah, I'll say lost in thought is an understatement
Yeah,
right there.
just thinking about old times brings up some memories, you know?
No, tell me more. I want to hear about it.
Sure, I can tell you more if you want to hear it. What do you want to know exactly?
All about it. Tell me everything.
All right, I'll tell you about it.
So after college, things started to go downhill for Chuck. He got mixed up in some pretty bad stuff. It was like he lost control of his life. He was trying to keep up appearances, but it was all just a. That's when he started getting into drugs, and that's what eventually drove him into the streets. I remember running into him one night under the overpass. He looked like a skeleton, a shell of his former self. Couldn't believe it was the same guy I grew up with.
How the hell did that guy get out of that mess?
Well, you wouldn't believe it, but he actually got out thanks to one of his college friends, a guy named Kevin. Kevin was pretty well off and had a good job. He found out about Chuck's situation and took pity on him. He gave him a job, even offered him a place to stay until he could get back on his feet. Chuck stayed with Kevin for a while, until he had enough money to get a place on his own. That's how he got out of the homeless life.
No shit. That's actually a crazy, crazy story.
Yes, it is. Very crazy.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild story. I was surprised when Chuck told me about it. Never thought he would make it out of the life, but he did. He built up his career and now he's doing pretty well for himself, as far as I can tell.
Huh. Well, is there anything that you want to leave our wonderful viewers with before we go
Yeah,
to
he
our
really
next?
turned things around. He's got a good job, a nice place, and he's doing all right. I guess things can change for the better sometimes. Yeah, let me just say one more thing. I know Chuck made some pretty bad choices in his life, and he did some messed up things. But deep down, I think he's a good person. He's just had a rough life and made some bad choices, trying to find an easy way through life. But he's trying to turn things around now. He's trying to do something to make up for all the bad stuff he's done in the past.
Is there anything you want to leave our wonderful viewers with before we go to our next ad bump?
Yeah, man, life ain't easy, that's for sure. We all make mistakes and do things we regret, but there's always a way to make up for it. Chuck's trying to do that now, you know? He's trying to be a better person and a good businessman. That's all I got to say, I guess.
All right, Marlon. Geez. Well,
Very fair.
yeah,
Very fair.
fair enough. Fair enough. This Chuck Hyatt character, well, we're gonna talk about him when we come back, but we're gonna go to our next ad break here. Uh, starting in three, two, one. All right, we are back. We are back. You know, I tried to call Chuck, and his bitch ass didn't answer my phone call. So I'm probably gonna have him on soon because I want to talk about his whole involvement in the Jason Paul fiasco that seems to be
I agree.
taking place here. Um, but in the meantime, in the lieu of things, I do have um, another in lieu of guest instead of Chuck.
Well, I noticed in the chat, Mr. Johnson redeemed a dab hit. So, Mr. Albright, me and you need to do a dab hit first.
Well, I guess we gotta go ahead and do a dab hit then, don't we? Hold on a
Like,
second.
it was redeemed, so
Oh, I
gotta
actually
follow the rule.
I have to mix some up. Hold on a second. Let me get some in my little dish here, because you know I get the diamonds and I break them down into some sand. Hang on.
Yes, sir. You do it all fancifully.
I am a fancy lad. That's me. That's me. Chat. Anybody in the chat? Tell us what your favorite strain of uh, oil is. Not your favorite strain of weed, because that could vary. Favorite strain of oil,
Oh, yeah,
please.
way too much.
Yeah, that could vary. Like I like pineapple flowers, but I'm not a fan of pineapple oils. I like my oils to be like Durban-y and like very Afghani. What I got now is actually some Blue Dream. It's not terrible. It was a palate cleanser to be honest with you. I had some Afghan Kush, and then I went to some white rhino for a while. I needed a palate cleanser, so I went with some Blue Dream.
I've been smoking a lot of different flowers. Jerry Garcia. Well, it's not the strain. The name. Uh, Jerry Garcia has his own brand that he came out with, I guess, before he died. If he died, I don't remember. No, don't crucify me, please. Um, but anyways, there's a brand of weed out there called made by Jerry Garcia, and we got some the other day, and I don't remember what the strain name was, but it was fucking phenomenal.
You know what?
Let me
We
see if I
should
can.
we should do a smoke break segment here on the podcast. Should we
Sort of
not?
like how I have my dab break
Oh, you
on
have a dab
my
cam, don't you?
channel. Yeah,
I don't have a
but
dab
I'm not
cam.
saying like I'm not saying you have to have a dab cam. I'm just saying sort of like how I have my dab break.
We could. I
Like
could make a little section of time. As a matter of fact, you know what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna use the off-air section to give us 5 minutes here to do a dab. Boink, bam. Now we're off air. We got a little timer. We got our cute little fox in the corner. We're gonna do 5 minutes here off air of just fucking smoking dabs. That's what we're gonna do.
sounds goodly. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how to set up alerts on the channel, but I can't seem to figure it out.
On the kick.
Yeah, like you know how on Twitch it has the alerts that'll play through, and Gator will talk to us and shit.
Oh yeah, I have
I
no
can't
idea.
seem to. I can't seem to figure it out.
I wish we could make this our full-time job. I could podcast all day with you, man.
Oh, I agree.
Also, any viewers out there that want to be on as a guest, I'm gonna put in a submission button on the website here soon, so you could submit your content. You could submit, if you want to voice act, if you want to get onto the podcast, if you got a cool story or something, you got a cool topic or something, let us know. I'm gonna integrate that in probably tonight at some point and have it directly email me. So it'll be emailing me. It'll be a good thing.
Has to be a
Cheers.
way. Cheers, buddy.
Oh, the things I do for this fucking stream.
Oh, I agree. But we love it. We love it.
Mm. Hmm. Oh, my dabs say they're off limits to pets. I would hope so. If you're out there getting your pets messed up, you suck. That shit hits them totally different.
I agree. My dog fucking gets sick as shit whenever she gets into our stuff.
These
So we
kids,
try to make sure she doesn't get into it.
these kids are different than how we grew up too, man. Some of these kids picked it up very young. I'm always surprised every time I hear it. I'm like, how old were you? Jesus.
I agree. It's strange anymore.
Well, it's because you got OGs that stopped doing OG work, and then you got fucking half-ass OGs that just were like steering people the wrong way. Not good. No bueno.
Yep. I know what you mean.
No bueno. No bueno. Oh man. Did you do your dab?
Yes, sir.
All right, we got 2 minutes, but I'm gonna pop it back over to the stage cam here.
That's fine with me.
Bada bing. All right, our next guest is actually in the audience here, waiting to be asked up. So we're gonna bring
He's
him
on his
in.
way in.
Assed up and ass out. Mr. Darrell, you are on the bonfire with Mr. Albright and Mr. Johnson. How you feeling today, bud?
I'm feeling pretty damn great, man. The show's popping, and I got a few treats stashed away for later. Life's good, man.
Oh, life's good, huh?
Life's been good to me. Sorry. Good song.
No need to apologize, man. Let's all appreciate the good times when they come, you know? 'Cause life ain't always fair, so we gotta savor the moments when it's good.
So
That's what my
Daryl,
Life
grandma
ain't what
always
it
used to say.
seems.
Daryl, why don't you just be honest and say you're super happy that El Fido is back in town?
Are you, are you really happy?
Gonna lie, man. El Fido's my boy, and it's good to hear from him. Been missing his wild stories and all the drama he brings with him. It's like he's got a secret potion to stir up trouble and leave the rest of us in awe.
Dude, we all know he's your dog nut dealer. That's why his name is El Fido.
Fido the dog.
Hi, yeah, El Fido does carry the good stuff, I ain't gonna lie. And you gotta admit the name is kinda brilliant. But hey, it's just a coincidence, man. You know me, I'd never associate with no lowly dog nut dealer. Nah, man, I'm a man of principle.
What? You do dog nut almost every night at the overpass.
Man, that's just a rumor, man. Trust me, I may have dabbled a little, but I'm not a hardcore user. It's just a little bit here and there, you know what I'm saying?
Mr.
Ain't
Johnson,
nothing wrong with a little recreational use, right?
is this motherfucker really
A lot
trying
of
to
stuff
perpetrate
wrong.
right now?
Yeah, like trying to make it seem like it's good to do that shit. No, it's wrong. You're fucking whacking off dogs just to snort their nut.
Now, hold on a second, man. I'm just being honest here. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I ain't saying it's bad either. Just like anything, man, moderation is key.
No, moderation on this is not key. No, you should never do it.
Never.
Look, man, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm also not saying you're right. It's personal choice, man. I'm not hurting nobody, just letting off some steam in my own way.
Um, I think you're letting off steam on the wrong person or entity in this case.
Hey, man, it ain't like I'm out here force feeding dog nut to anyone. People know what they're getting into, and they come to me of their own free will. So don't judge me, man. We all got our vices and demons, and this just happens to be mine.
All right. Well, we're talking about some. We have a whole new topic tonight. Um, a whole new series actually that we're talking about, and we were gonna have Chuck come in, but he didn't answer the phone, so I called you, and I figured maybe you would know a little bit about this. Like you're kind of an internet nerd.
Ha, I wouldn't call myself an internet nerd. I just spend a lot of time online, you know? Anyway, what's the topic? Sounds like something I might know a little something about.
Well, it's a series called the 4chan Mysteries, and our first 4chan mystery comes from the B board, the random board. It's the Cicada 3301 mystery. Do you know about this?
Out of 3301, that's the biggest 4chan mystery to ever go down. It's like something straight out of a spy movie. A group of high tech crypto geeks sending out coded messages to recruit new members. It's like the ultimate scavenger hunt, man.
What's your opinion on the whole thing? I mean, I know nobody ever, came out and said they did it, but do you have any leads on it? Any hot takes?
Oh, yeah, I got a few theories. Some people think it's a government front, an elaborate test run by some intelligence agency. Others think it's a cult trying to recruit members in some sort of mind control plot. Me, I think it's all a hoax, some brilliant marketing campaign for a movie or something.
What movie?
Yeah, the timing of it all with all the movies that were coming out was just too damn suspicious. I mean, it was like a new puzzle would pop up right before a movie went into theaters. It's all part of some big marketing scheme, if you ask me. Just trying to hook in the nerds and get them to buy tickets to some dumb sci fi flick.
So hold on a second. Are you saying that sci-fi movies were coming out as these puzzles came out?
Yeah, man, look it up. Several sci fi movies released within weeks after each puzzle was solved. It's all too convenient to be a coincidence.
Okay, so what movies were they?
Well, there was the Transients movie, which was like the main one right around the time the third puzzle was solved. But there was also like this indie film called Code Name 3301, The Hidden Message, and the big hit, The Da Vinci Code. Look, I'm not saying it's all a sure thing, but it's too much of a coincidence to not be connected, you know?
I mean, don't you think that could they have been trying to profit off of the public's interest in Cicada 3301 versus Cicada 3301 being a market ploy? Could this
Yeah,
be clever
like
marketing?
I mean, yeah, that's possible, but it seems too good to be that simple. Like, who's going to create all these puzzles and recruit all these nerds just to promote a movie? It seems like a lot of work just to get a few tickets sold.
Yeah, but if you spent all that money making such a cryptographic fucking problem, wouldn't you make it first of all a little easier to solve, and second of all, wouldn't you come out and say you created it after a while? Yeah, yeah, I made a good point, didn't I?
very good point.
You'd think so, but that's the whole point of Cicada 3301. It's supposed to be a near impossible puzzle. So I think the creators are just in it for the puzzle itself, not for the movie promotion. That's just a side effect.
I see. I see. Well, I mean, are you gonna leave here and go directly to the overpass, Daryl?
Let me ask you this. How do you think the puzzles were solved? I mean, they were pretty damn hard, and only a handful of people were able to crack the codes. It doesn't seem like some kind of low budget filmmaker could just whip those up on a whim.
What do you mean? How were they solved? I heard only one person probably solved it, and Marlon told me it was Jason Paul, and shortly after he disappeared.
Yeah, Jason Paul did solve it, but he went missing after giving his answer. And no one ever spoke to the guy, so it's hard to say he's the real one. And yeah, only one person solved each of the first three puzzles, but that last one had like 20 people get the puzzle correct, not just one. So who were all those people?
That's a good question. Is there anything you want to leave our wonderful viewers with before we cut to our last ad break, Daryl?
Well, I just want to throw it out there. If y'all got any dog nuts to sell, I'm always looking to buy. That's all I got
Shut
to
up.
say for
No,
Dude, get
you're
the
not
fuck
allowed
out
to
of
be
ASAP.
here.
asking our viewers for that shit.
Jesus Christ, Daryl. Never sell Daryl any dog nut. Anyways, we're gonna go to our
Never a dull moment with that asshole.
You're not kidding. Final ad bump here of the night. We're gonna pop over to it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, we are back. We are back. And we're here for our closing statements here. And here's what I'm going to say about, first of all, Cicada 3301. The fact that Jason Paul ever solved it and that Marlon's friend heard about it. And then he's questioning Chuck Hyatt and the syndication. And then they find him dead in a puddle of puke. It's questionable to me. It's very questionable to me.
Very much so. Very,
And
very, very questionable.
worrisome even. And I think we're gonna have to get Chuck in here at some point. I'm gonna talk to him probably tomorrow, and I'll get him on the pod, and we'll ask him. We'll say, hey man, what's going on with this whole you fucking having something to do with death everywhere you go here thing? Did you kill fucking Jason Paul? I'm gonna ask him point blank, and then I'm gonna have Officer Dick and Balls fucking arrest him.
I agree. You definitely should.
I think I might. What are your closing statements, Mr. Johnson? How do you feel about this whole situation?
I want to find out more about the Jason Paul situation and the Chuck Hyatt situation and all that. So
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Well, I am doing a new thing where I'm gonna say what the next topic is gonna be. So our next topic is going to be. Let me see where I had the little list here. I had it written somewhere. I don't know where. Here we go. So our next topic here of discussion from 4chan, and I don't know. This is subject to change because we might do multiple bonfires this week. But thinking about doing the Max Headroom channel hijacking incident. So tune in for that. That'll be a good time. Let me see here. Yeah, we're just approaching 50 minutes. That's pretty much all I got. You got anything else, Mr. Johnson?
Um, no, that's about it for right now, honestly.
Make sure you follow us on all of our socials. Make sure you follow Mr. Johnson on all of his socials as well. Make sure you check out our website, wapaccess.org, for all of our updates, all of our news, all of our cool little features. And there's going to be some mini games on there soon. We're doing all types of big shit. So without further ado, I am going to hit our wonderful outro. We love you. We'll see you soon. Peace out.